You think he's gonna hit it?
Yeah, I do actually.
We are here in the hills of East Tennessee with Mr. Brad Knight. Thanks for letting us hang out in your pad.
Hey, I appreciate y'all coming by. You know, we're in the kind of the middle of nowhere out here sometimes, but I could live anywhere in the world, and there's no place else I'd rather be than right here in Morgan County in East Tennessee, wonderful mountains. Introduce you guys to my family. I got my wife,
sure.
Becky, my daughter, Tinsley. They just got home from school doing a little homework. So without further ado, let's show you Casa de Night and how we roll here in the mountains.
Yeah, so we walk in, right?
Yeah.
You got a beautiful, beautiful
show you some
home.
of the view. Yeah, let's show some of the view.
But this is kind of eye-catching when you come through the door.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time out here screening imports. It's kind of messy, you know, we're out in the middle of fishing season. We've been gone for months, but this is it. We own about 8 acres here in a subdivision up on the mountain, and we border the Emory River, which is a tributary of Watts Bar Lake on the Tennessee River. That's pretty much it. This is the view.
There's always something going on around here.
Always. This is the back 40. This is where it goes down at for sure. So we'll keep on the tour here. Continue on.
Well, yeah, we got another stop on the upper level that I feel
this isn't really my area of the house. This is just kind of.
Oh, really? I couldn't.
Eat and sleep kind of stay up here.
I couldn't gather that.
Yeah, no. Not enough fish. Unfortunately, I'm not as cool as Alex Davis. I don't get to keep my fishing rods in the kitchen. We have to keep women's stuff up here.
Becky doesn't let you put any spinner baits in the corner?
No.
So this is pretty sweet here.
This is my wife's garage.
Yeah.
Without I have a little bit of my stuff in. So when I'm not on the road traveling tournament bass fishing, I get asked all the time, what's a hobby of yours? What do you love to do when you're not on the road? Well, we fish. That's what we do. It's our lifestyle, right? I grew up fishing in john boats and off the bank and small streams and rivers here in the mountains of East Tennessee. And there's no better way to get out on the water and do that stuff than in a kayak. And I've been linked up with Jackson Kayak now for the last 4 or 5 years. And I've got several kayaks, and we put in here in the Emory River and several other little tributaries and spend days smallmouth fishing or muskie fishing. Yeah. And man, that's the way to do it. We got a little bit of oil from our oil drop that we had. Thanks a lot, Quaker State. We appreciate you. My man Brad Stout.
Well, when you guys run around as much as you do, all that marine oil and all that diesel oil
I drive
goes to good use.
This is my pride and joy here. This is my big deep freeze that holds all the elk and deer and different things. My passion is really hunting. I spend a lot of time in the off season, deer and elk and turkey, whatever, and all the food that we pretty much eat meat wise is what I harvest with my bow. So
you take a lot of this with you on the road?
Absolutely. That's the thing for me. I try to eat semi healthy when I can, and I'm a believer in knowing where your stuff comes from, and it's God's grocery store, and I'll keep it all right there. So on the road, we eat elk steaks, we eat elk burger, we eat deer sausage, whatever. It keeps it cold right there and handy to grab. So
the only price for doing a bass cave is it just costs a little bit of meat.
Hey, I'm good. We got a little bit. We can pay it. So that's the upstairs garage and kind of a little tour of the upstairs. Let's head on downstairs. All right, welcome to the basement or the bass cave, right? Appropriately named.
Yeah,
this is
man.
It's where we spend a lot of our time. We host a lot of parties and a lot of company, and this is where we stay and hang out, shoot pool, hang out in the boat garage, watch ball games. My office is down here, all that kind of stuff. So let me give you guys the tour.
Well, first you do mention, like, I'm looking at these deer here.
Yeah.
You hunt a lot.
I do.
Very evident when you come in. I mean, you're good at catching bass and all that.
I just fish so I can afford to go hunting. That's pretty much it. I'm not gonna lie about it. Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. It's like a fun room to come into if you're into the outdoors, for sure.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it might freak a lot of people out, but you know what? I like it. So that's all I really worry about. Pool table. This is where I routinely beat Joel Willard at pool. I just wanted that to be documented and known to the world. He will cry and lie, but he's 0 for 2 on the Ohawsen. These are my elk. This is from last year. I just actually got it back recently.
And they look great.
Yeah, couldn't be happier with the way they turned out.
Yeah.
So that was all good. Thanks to the guys at Wilson's Wildlife Taxidermy. They're obviously first rate and do great work. So we've got this kind of room here.
I think this
fireplace.
Yeah, let's talk about this, right?
Yeah, this is a little important part. So probably the greatest moment of my life. minus the birth and is my wife down here?
No,
Marriage. Oh yeah, she's there.
there.
She's poked around. Third best and memorable moment in my life. My fingers are crossed. But the time getting married and having my first child was winning the Cup at Lake Ouachita in 2015. That was, the highlight of my career and something that, I cherish that as much as anything on earth, and that's it's really important to me. Obvious reasons, and
it's a cool place to keep it too.
Yeah, it kind of sits up. Well, the best part about it is there's just enough room, if I could slide this over a little bit, to put another one right here.
Absolutely.
I mean, just saying.
Absolutely.
Just saying. So maybe,
You even got like on the wall here.
Yeah, so this was an awesome
magazine.
Christmas present my family got me. So from the Cup win in 2015, they were able to take a couple of the magazines and some of the articles and what's the word I'm looking for? Mat and frame, I guess, is whatever they do.
Yeah.
Professional.
Make it look nice.
Yeah, they made it fancy looking. So I thought that was really cool. And then my jersey that I had, this is a really cool deal too. So the jersey I couldn't have my Phoenix logo on, so I had to cover it up with the FLW stickers. You can still see some of the little glue from the stickers you had to pull off. That was funny. But this part goes on. So there's a cup that travels around as just to show off at different events and things. And the only thing they change out from year to year is the granite front cap of it.
Yeah,
and this is actually the plaque from that FLW sent me. So I really appreciate them doing that for me. It's got all the past winners' names on here. I mean, this is what really still blows me away when I sit and look at this stuff. I've got my name here along with Gagliardi, Thart, Wheeler, Scott Martin. I mean, Greg Hackney. I mean, I hate not to, David. I mean, some of the greatest bass fishermen to ever pick a rod up. And my name's right in there with them.
This corner over here is kind of cool. I don't think we should skip over that. Because
no, we want to show that for sure. This is my office. This is where I spend a lot of time in the off season when you're working on sponsorship stuff and all the computer work and all that kind of goes with it. And I've got some pretty neat memorabilia that I hang in here as well.
You do got all kinds of fun little
just little deals, So let's just, you got to start it with my guy, James Watson. 2BK, get bent. That's a prized possession right there. Appreciate that, J-Dub. You're the man. I've got another autograph from Eric Jackson. I've got just a plethora of different. This is one of the original, very first time ever painted a sexy shad. So Van Dam goes over to the plant overseas and just starts playing around with different paint patterns and different things and comes up with sexy shad. And that was one of the original ones with his, and then he signed it. So one of the very first, there was like 10, I think, that he painted up personally that they named sexy shad. So that's one of the originals. I've got a few dollars here that I've had signed. Derek Blake, he lost that one at Kentucky Lake. Wesley Strader lost that 20, and that was from Jeff Crete for a $5 bill. The check stub for a $500,000 Cup check win, that was the, it's really weird, what do you do with it when you win $500,000? What are you going to do? They just woke up and handed you a check like you're supposed to carry it around in your wallet. I don't know what to do with it. I held it for 2 weeks. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. This is a really neat deal. Morgan County, where I live at here, actually declared November the 9th. No, I'm sorry, on November the 9th, whatever the day I won the Cup is actually an honor of me to name a Brad Knight Day, which is still a little bit weird. So many people do a lot more amazing things than that from where I'm at. But that was an extreme honor for me, for the people.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah, from here to bestow that honor upon me as well. So that was one cool thing about the Cup win that I had. I felt like it exposed so many people to bass fishing, to the scene that didn't really follow it before, and it created so much interest. You're sort of an ambassador to the sport, and that was a pretty cool deal, really. This is the boat garage. So when we bought this house, we bought this house. It was in repossession because the people that were building it ran out of money. And when we first got here, there was a wall that ran along here, and then this wall continued on here. So it was kind of cool. None of the basement was done, no sheetrock. It was just open rafters, concrete floors, and block walls. So we were able to kind of really have a blank canvas and do kind of what we wanted to with it. So I made a nook here to have like a little tackle room. And got a refrigerator and places I can sit and work on different baits and lots of different things there. Keep all my tackle up here at the top, spare stuff in the bins, fishing line, keeping my lake maps in here. It's pretty simple really, but it's just trying to stay organized. We're kind of in the middle of the season. Things aren't as organized as I'd really like for them to be, but you kind of get the hint on when I do.
I think it looks pretty good.
It's not
pretty
bad.
Clean.
It's not bad, but it could be better. But I tinker a lot with crankbaits. Being an East Tennessee guy, balsa crankbaits are a big thing. We make a lot of handmades. There's, started to say you probably don't have to look too far to find a project. There's, a wooden bait that we've been producing. Yep.
You're probably thinking like, oh man, there's no way there could be more stuff. There is more stuff. We just got to go outside now,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah, we made a little addition last off season, and as far as the government's concerned, the IRS, this was a lure test tank that we built. Because, you know, I had to write this stuff off on my taxes, but got us a hot tub in.
Ooh.
Spending a bit of time in here, just chilling out. So, yeah, you can light it up.
Shoot, you can got like a little waterfall thing.
Oh yeah, well, it got a light you can turn on. It gets all fancy.
Man, that's bougie.
Change it around. Yeah,
That's bougie.
Yeah,
but you got a nice little screened-in thing here.
yeah, yeah.
Because this was added with.
Yeah,
this
so
whole-
before this was just all dirt and just the bottom side of our deck, and I ended up building this where it would kind of be at an angle and run the water that goes through the deck into this gutter system. It runs out and runs out into the screen pool. So my buddy poured this slab for me, and we screened it in, and kind of gives us a nice little living area. And
Yeah,
stuff.
heck yeah.
Spend a lot of time out here.
Here, I guess, back of the house, I'll call
Yep.
it the driveway for lack of a
Yeah,
better term.
Yep,
We got your Ranger, your Polaris Ranger,
yep.
and we got
Got
your
the new
rig
beast.
for towing the boat and the camper. Your
So-
other home.
Yeah, this is Joel's camper. This is my Lance camper. I'll give you the tour of it inside. For me, this is the perfect setup. I'll give you the grand tour here of the Lance 1172. What you have to remember about this is it is fitting in the back of a pickup truck with my boat hooked up as I'm driving down the road. And we're all gonna be able to fit in here and hang out. So you have a couch. So under this couch, there's a lot of storage. So you can see all these boxes. So if I wanna have, we talked about my camper, my extra storage stuff. I've got it all underneath here. So if I need to get an extra pack of rage bugs, I've got them in here.
Oh,
All that stuff
cool.
stays. It doubles as a bed. You know, if my little girl sleeps there. Or a recliner. So I can kick out and watch a ball game or do whatever I want to do. So it's pretty neat. So I have that. A lot of storage in here. This will fold down, make a bed. But we go to tournaments. We cook all our own meals. Just try to control all the variables I can. You know, don't have to worry about restaurants, all that sort of deal. And a little small big green egg, we'll set it
Yeah,
out.
I like that.
Got all the amenities. Everything my house has, my camper has as well. I've got satellite television. You know, I can pull this out. And I can watch any movie that I have at my house. I have DirecTV, so I can watch anything I want to watch there.
Cool.
I have a big bed gear mattress in here, queen size, closet that holds all my clothes.
What?
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Dude.
More storage than you could ever see. There's all my, got a whole drawer full of hook pants and hook shorts. I've got a freezer full of elk meat. I've got, you know, whatever, a few Cokes in there.
Of course.
Yeah, you know, a few things, but whatever. And this refrigerator's been on, stays on. When I get home, all I do is plug it up, lift it off my truck, and it's ready to go. I don't have to unload and load a bunch of different things, clothes. It's all in here, self-sufficient. Full bathroom in here.
What?
So I've got, obviously, the business end. I've got a full shower. I mean, I'm 6'3", 250 pounds. I can fit in the shower just plain, really easy. I mean, you see, we've got a trash can that we keep restored, but, you know, hey, I mean, I'm in here, so. And again, this fits in the back of a pickup truck, and we're three guys standing here talking about the size of the shower it's got in it. So really cool. Perfect way, in my opinion, to travel, to tournament fish. I can go to an event. I don't have to ever even take it off the truck. I can back my boat in the water, go pre-fish a tournament, sleep in the parking lot if I want to. It's got a propane-powered generator. I took it on an elk hunt to New Mexico last year and stayed in it the whole time. So we use it a lot. Really cool lifestyle for us. So
Heck yeah, man.
again, it's I can't imagine, you know, staying in motels and having to do all that stuff.
I gotta get me one. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go.
So all this was all overgrowth behind us where they just pushed a bunch of trees over, and we spent forever burning and cutting. And I had a road built because my main thing was I wanted to get to that river.
Yep.
Have that access. So
I like the fisherman in you. I'm determined to get
that's
to that
it.
water I can see.
yeah. So I had a guy come in with a bulldozer and doze this whole deal out, make me a road down. So
America.
that's right. I've got a deer stand up here that hasn't fallen. Looks like we had a tree fall recently.
Oh, yeah.
I heard one fall the other night from the hot tub. I haven't
Really?
been back here to investigate. Yeah, we had so much rain, everything just went down.
Oh, yeah, I can see water. Did you have to cut this trail?
A buddy did with a dozer.
Oh.
Yeah, he dozed it all down. It was just straight Riverside prior to that.
Boom.
That's it.
here we are. And this is where you catch muskies, and then there's largemouths and smallmouths in here too,
Yeah,
right?
maybe even a few spotted bass, word on the street. Yeah.
But the muskies is the deal.
Muskies is the deal. That's my primary target whenever I come down and throw my kayaks in, and you can spend a day fishing around. We have a lot of smallmouth in here as well. So, but for me, I like to catch muskies on top water. It's a passion for me to go down. You can throw a spinner bait or some other different spinners and things like that, but I like seeing them about top water. So that's pretty much what
I don't
fish.
blame you, man.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I mean, I'd like to have a lake house and live on a lake, but I'm a bass fisherman at the end of the day, so that's not really my budget. And this is probably as close to living on the water as I'm ever going to get, and I'm okay with that. That's our humble abode. That's where we live, what we do, and come back to this, man. I can't imagine living anywhere else really. I like it here an awful lot. I like the mountains.
Yep.
Love the people. You know, it's just a simple lifestyle, and I'm okay with that.
It's gorgeous, and I think with this, we're at the end of the line for the night home.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you letting us come out and do this.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna get rocking. We
Yeah.
got some dinner to get to, and maybe go get another rod,
That's
or
right.
get a rod and try to catch a fish.
There's
So
gonna be some fishing happening this afternoon, I can go and tell you. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and following along with us here at Bass Caves. And again,
we're done, son.
Yeah, we're done from the mountains of East Tennessee. What is it Dudley does with his thing? We're out.